Okay, thank you once again, guys, for joining this hangout. My channel's Beam, of course. I'm Victor Matthias, and our focus will be on the civilian JTF as well as local hunters joining the fight against Boko Haram in the northeastern parts of the country. First and foremost, Michael, let me start with you. Let me give you home advantage, as they say in football circles. You're here in Lagos, Nigeria. What is your thought on this issue? I mean, of course, you've heard the reports and you've heard the reported success they have also been able to make. But what says you? What exactly do you think about this whole um, the new development?
Yeah, I think it's a very good development, that people are getting involved in our in our what is happening in our community, because we need to get involved in one way or the other. We need to get involved in any capacity that we can. So what they are doing now is a welcome development. In my own opinion, it's a very good thing that they are getting involved to help because they know the community better. They are from there. They can help the military, so that they can be able to put an end to this maniac that has been really disturbing the people. We have thousands of people have been displaced, with this Boko Haram thing. So I think it's a very good thing. So I really like what they are doing. So it's a very good thing.
All right, so but some people are raising concerns about this thing. Do you share that sentiment as well?
Sometimes,
Of what will be of this group that are the local civilian, the local hunters as well as the civilian JTF after the insurgency has been quelled?
yes, I think they have to. There is a concern that maybe after they have already used them to fight the Boko Haram, what are they going to leave them with? But I believe that the government will have to bear it in mind that after those people have really helped them out in stopping putting an end to this Boko Haram insurgent, I think they are going to. I believe they should rehabilitate them and then give them some maybe afterwards give them something to do in the society. That is my take on that. Right? Yeah.
All right. So let me come to Muyiwa. Muyiwa, you just heard Michael. Of course, he says the project is laudable, but I mean, I don't know what you think. Of course, I'm asking as well. But again, I would like you to just double that with your concerns, if there are any, if you have any, pertaining this group after the insurgency has been quelled.
Well, there are two things involved. First, once we realized that the fact that we had to go down low up to we asking or seeking for protection from local hunters tells us a lot about the state of the nation as a whole. I think on one hand, it is a positive. It's a positive because we are seeing some light in what I've argued severally as a very hopeless situation. Then it is a negative because this government has shown us over and over again that it lacks the basic capacity to secure its citizenry. And that, for me, cause for serious concern. I'm not particularly worried about what's going to happen after this insurgency must have been quelled. First, let's be clear about it. The local hunters will never be able to defeat the Boko Haram insurgents. It's not going to happen. To defeat the insurgency, it requires a lot of, I mean, three, four, five-pronged approach, or approaches, if you like. But they would at least be able to secure their environment. What they are doing right now in civilized crimes is usually referred to as community policing. But even at that, we have laws backing that kind of a system up. It doesn't happen so haphazardly as we are having now. So in the interim, they would be able to solve the insurgents from approaching further. But someone has to take it further. Someone has to take it further from what these local hunters can do. They are not trained to fight insurgency. They are trained to kill animals and go hunting. There's a difference between you pursuing animals and you pursuing human beings who are blessed or who are in possession of highly sophisticated armory. That said, I think as a government, it needs to be ashamed of itself for failing to do what is necessary. And then as a people also, we must look beyond what the hunters can do and look for the root cause of this whole crisis and the root solution. That, for me, is the permanent end to this insurgency. We're going to be having the Chibok situation over and over again. And by the Chibok situation, I mean, we're going to be having the Boko Haram insurgents running over a particular town, and the local hunters also recapturing that town with the help of civilian JTFs and all that. So I see it as a temporarily good thing that needs to be stopped as soon as possible. We need to reposition ourselves, we need to know what we're doing, and we need to know how to approach it. Other than that, we are in for a serious doom in the days and in the months to come.
Wow. Michael, let me come back to you. Olumiwa has raised some salient points here, and I don't know if you agree with him or not. I mean, he's talked about government's inability to protect its citizens. Do you think the government is not committed to protecting its citizens, or do you think the government has shown some commitment in doing so?
Yeah, I believe, like I said, the government cannot do it alone. You know, that is really my take on this. Everybody, like I said, have to participate in one form or the other. The people, they believe that the government have the responsibility for securing life and property of the nation. We know that. But we have to look it in our own in our country. This is a country that we know when even this present government came into power, we know what the security and what the country is all about, what is really the security situation of the country, the police, the military, you understand, the military, you know how they are, you understand. So, but now that we are fighting terrorism. Terrorism is not like when we are fighting. It's a guerrilla war. It's not like when we are fighting a conventional war. You understand? So you need you need people to give information. You understand? The people to give information in society. So and when the local hunters are coming out to help. It's a welcome development because they are coming out. They are coming out to join the military because even the military you are saying that they are coming from they are deploying to this community. They don't know the community very well. They don't know what is going on in the community. They don't know the nook and corner of the community. But these people you are talking about, the local hunters, they know better. They know better the community. You know, they know everything. They know all the everywhere that in the community. They can help out the military and help them out to fight the community to put an end to this insurgency. Because this is all what we are talking about. We want to see results. We want to see results. How can we get results? Everybody have to as they are participating is good. Because we can't just shift all the blame on the government every time. Even if you don't have any, if your mother, something happen in your house, you say it's the government. If something is government, everything is government. It's not like that. We need to get involved. Everybody will have to get involved in the process of the country. We are not getting involved more. We leave everything to the government. Who are the government? We are very few that are in the government. But we have millions of people that are not getting involved in the process. Even when we talk about voting, people are not going out to vote. How can you now change your present government at the present situation of the country when you are not going out to vote? You are telling me you don't like this government is this government is that, and you are staying at home, you are not participating, you are not doing anything. How are you going to do it? You are going to use your vote to do it. You are going to use the power of your vote to do it. So people have to get involved. If they are getting involved, you see impact, you see changes. So what they are doing now is a very good thing. Don't just keep blame on government, this government, that government, all the time government. You understand? We have seen what this present government have done. You understand? They have done a lot in the military. They have even equipped them. They have fired a lot compared to the previous one. So that is my thing. We need to get involved. This is a welcome development, and the people have what you said the other time about after they have already succeed in this. What are going to leave these people to? You understand the hunters. So that is a very good thing that they need to bear in mind. They have to bear that in mind after they are, because I know, for me, if you ask me, I think they will succeed. With this, they will succeed. They will definitely curb the insurgents with these local hunters, with the people. I'm not talking only about local hunters, but the people have to give information. The people have to get it. Everybody has to get it, because it's their place. They don't want their place to be. They don't want Boko Haram to. They don't want, the people will not like their place to be run over by Boko Haram. You understand? They've been enjoying peace before Boko Haram came into existence. So that is my take on that.
All right. Well, let me come back to you. In a nutshell, what Michael is trying to say is communal efforts in fighting this insurgency at this moment. But of course, again, you have said that it is the government. But do you think there's a conflict of interest here?
Well, I share in some of the thoughts Michael is raising. I agree that you cannot know my environment more than the sun or the daughter of the land. I also agree that majority of the tactical issues involved in the fight against insurgency, most of these soldiers that have been deployed to those areas do not have enough background information on the areas or the terrain they've been made to go through. But that said, I think Michael missed it a little bit when he mixed up community policing or community information gathering with actual combat. It's a different body entirely. This government, I'm not talking about the Goodluck Jonathan government alone. This PDP government has been in power since 1999. There's not been a difference. We've had only one party, one party at the center. So whatever failure the other heads of state or presidents who have had the opportunity of sharing the affairs of this nation under the banner of PDP, whatever failure they have recorded in office belongs also to the incumbent. So I do not subscribe in any way to the idea that government has been this, government has been failing, government has been pumping money. That doesn't even, it doesn't suffice. What is important is that what have we been looking at over the last 16 years since this government has been in power? How have they spent all the monies that have been given to the military? What's been happening to those funds? Who's been doing what? This Goodluck Jonathan government has spent $32 billion in the last 5 years on insurgents, on the military alone. $32 billion. That's the amount. It's a statement of fact. Who has approved what has happened to those monies? If you spend $32 billion on a particular venture and you are not getting anything, then it should tell you that what you are fighting is not insurgency. What you are fighting is corruption. And so if, no matter how hard these local hunters strive to make sure that the insurgents don't come back again, we're going to be having this cycle repeating itself again. And my argument is that until we tackle the problem, the source of the problem, we won't be able to solve the issue. I read just some few minutes ago before I came on live that the guy who led the local hunters to confront the Boko Haram insurgents in Maiha and in Mubi has been arrested by the security forces. And you begin to wonder what is going on. That same man who had to stabilize his community is being questioned. He's being questioned for what? What does that tell you? It tells you that there is so much complicity in the system. It tells you that some people are benefiting in this whole crisis. It tells you that no matter how much information these local hunters or community guys provide, we're not going to solve the problem if we don't face the issue head on. So it's a good idea that they are securing the environment. I agree to that. I agree that they cannot know, no one can know the terrain more than them. But what I disagree with is the fact that the civilians or the life of an average civilian has to be put online for a government that has shown so much of an irresponsibility in its handling of affairs in this nation. And that's my problem. If I'm paying you to be president of Nigeria or to be in the government of this country and you cannot do your job, then you must leave. There are no excuses. When this government succeeds, it takes all the glory. But when it fails, then it becomes a collective effort. Who does that? And we need to fix that. Fixing that doesn't suffice for us arguing about community policing. It's a different body mentality. We must place the blame at the doorstep of who it belongs to and tackle it from that point.
All right, Muiwa, we're getting all tensed up now, of course, but because I understand, because the issue is, yes, very contentious, and we do hope that in the very recent, very quick, very nearest future, these things are being sorted out quite quickly, and people get back to normalcy. But just in wrapping up now, and we also have people that have been turned into refugees in their own communities. Now they are fleeing in their own country. I beg your pardon. They're fleeing their communities, moving into the Cameroon. Some are moving to the state capital. What exactly do you think about these people? Michael, let me come to you just in wrapping up, of course, this conversation.
Yes, yeah, this is exactly why I said that the people definitely have to come in and help because when they see their people going out, displaced, what do you want them to do? To fold their hands and look, you know? They can't do that. So that's why these young guys on out, they believe they've been killing animals, they can help in a way. So that's why they come out and say, let us do something to save our community. We have been living in peace before this insurgent came, and now we need to do something. So they are not happy. Their children, their wives, their fathers, their mothers, they are being displaced all over. You understand? Which is not supposed to be. So that's why I'm really I really I will tell you I really their courage, I really respect their courage to come out and face these people head on. And I pray, and that's exactly what I want all Nigerians to be doing now, to pray for these people so that they can succeed in this move that they are taking. It's a bold step they are taking. So I pray for them that they will succeed so that these people that can, as soon as possible, those displaced people, they can come back as soon as possible to their homes. So that's exactly what we are hoping for. And I hope and I pray that this will happen very soon.
All right, Michael. I do hope that too that this still happens like very very soon. But well, let me hear from you, of course. So now looking
Well,
at the internal displaced persons.
well, Victor, I'm a political scientist by training, and my
Okay.
training tells me that when you have a country with all the full apparatus of government in place, and on its own soil, our people or its people are sacked by a group of ragtags who are less than 10,000, and that government is still bold enough to remain in power, then it tells you that something is seriously wrong with that country. Forget about those who are being displaced. As a last count, more than 3.5 million Nigerians have been displaced over the last 5 years. You leave that. It's 217 days today since the Chibok abduction. We have gotten no clue. What does that tell you? It tells you that we do not have a government and that the government has failed. And I think that's what Michael isn't wanting to say. Michael isn't wanting to admit that we have a government that has failed the people. And once a government fails its people, it behoves on that government to quietly finish up its term, if it can, and then leave, rather than for it to want to again come back for a second term. That said, how do we solve the people getting displaced on their homeland without you having a government that can take care of them? So we'll still be coming back to that same issue. No one is going to be able to secure its own people other than the government that has been elected to do that. And until we have a government that is capable of doing that, we would continue to have this problem. I am ashamed to be a Nigerian, for instance, that in my own country, I am free to walk anywhere I want to go to. I cannot move without getting scared. That tells you that that system is collapsing. If it has not failed, it is becoming a failing state. So if we are going to be watching ourselves like this, then we are all doomed. The best thing we need to do is to, one, not pray, be proactive in our engagement with the government, make sure that when it's 2015, we come out to vote out this irresponsible government, and make sure that we work for a government that can provide and protect the lives of its citizenry. Until we do that, we keep coming round and round. In such, the local farmers will not bring back this displaced person. In no time, I give you my word, mark it. In the next 2 weeks, you will see a change in this whole insurgency where these local hunters won't be able to confront these guys again. And we have an escalation. This government needs to sit up. If it does sit up, it leaves the space for some other people who can do the job. That's my take. It's never changed. The job of every responsible government is the protection of the lives and properties of its people. It's most sacrosanct. It's the number one responsibility of any government. Once you cannot do that, then you are failed. Then you must go. That's my take. All the blame on security, I place on the doorstep of the government, and it needs to solve it. If it can't solve it, then it's a shame.
All right, well, we'll have to hold it here. Like I said, we'll be spending 15 to 20 minutes. It's up exactly 20 minutes now since we started this hangout, and I know that if we're to continue, we're going to talk about this issue. I mean, of course, I know we have so much to say, so much needs to be said, in finding a solution, moving forward from where we are to where we want to be and ending this insurgency, getting those girls back from captivity, and also bringing these displaced persons back to their homes, of course, to their schools for their children, and for them to live their normal lives. But then we have to hold it here till we come again next week. Thank you, Michael Sosson. You're calling from Lagos in Nigeria, and Olumide Olumuyiwa Mao, I beg your pardon. You're calling from Dunedin in New Zealand. Thank you once again. My name is Victor Matthias, and this is the channel's Beam Google Plus Hangout.